Okay, here we go for zipper tutorial number 2. Again, you need a zipper. This one is shorter because we don't need as much zipper for this flower. We're making a cute little, I don't know, posy, whatever you want to call it. You need the zipper, you need the doubled up thread with a needle. Again, it's a little bit of sewing because it's the easiest way that I found to make them. And then you need a jewel for your center, or a button, or whatever it is that you want to use, and a pair of scissors. And when you take the zipper out of the package, you will have to cut the zipper apart. Basically, I just cut right before the stop and I pull them apart, and I take this little guy off of the one side, and then I cut on the other to take that stop off. Okay, so this one is fairly simple. It just basically involves a running stitch, and you just kind of go along the bottom edge of the zipper for the entire length of the zipper. And I'm not really much of a sewer, so a running stitch is about all of the skill set that I have. And it doesn't matter if you let it get tight on the other end, because you're going to end up tightening it anyway. So I'm doing this one a little more loose than I did the last one. We're gonna, so I can show you the difference between tight stitches and loose stitches. That one I did stitches about every 1/8 of an inch. This one I'm doing about every 1/4 of an inch. And just keep going up the ribbon, up the zipper. I still have ribbon on my brain. And I got the thread all tangled because that's how it always happens for me. I don't think I've ever been able to do any sewing on anything without at least one thread tangle. Usually just one is good for me. The nice thing about this project is that it is pretty forgiving as far as exactness. You don't have to worry about even stitches. You don't have to worry about how good your stitches look, because in the end no one will see them. The only thing you have to know is how to thread a needle, and that is about the only true sewing skill that I possess. That I can always thread a needle on the first try, and I don't have to use the little threading tool. Alright, so we have one more stitch here that we gotta pull, and then now I've seen people who do it where they only pull from the one side, and every time I've done that I haven't really gotten it how I like it. So this is going to be my inside. I'm going to pull from this end first. And you kind of have to hold this thread while you pull this thread, or else you're going to just keep pulling the needle back through. So I'm just kind of getting it as tight as I can. Okay, so it's kind of, it starts to pucker and ruffle. And then what you have to do is kind of maneuver the thread so that it will go through the center of the flower. Okay, and then you just kind of hold this, pull it as tight as you want it to pull, See, I've managed to get it so tight there isn't even a center hole. And then you work it the same thing on this side. You just kind of pull so that it wraps. And you can pull from either side to keep going. I'm continuing from the inside and then just kind of letting my for me, because of the fact that I'm not a very good sewer, I'm going to try to hold the thread. It's not being very successful. So now I'm going to start pulling from here and just cinch it around. Okay, and now that they are as tight as I want them to be, bring this one back down, this one, and then what I do is I tie the two together first so that the middle doesn't go anywhere. And I just knot it however many times. And then once that is done, I also just take and put a couple stitches in to keep this piece from coming up. And one more time. And then I knot it one more time. You can cut the thread, and you kind of turn it over and work it out, because it came loose while I was fussing with it. And then you just take a jewel, in this case I'm using the larger one, and you put it in the center like that, and voila, you have a zipper posy. Have a good night.